Villa versus PSG then. Let's see if the comeback is on. I doubt it. But let's see. 3-1 down from the first leg. I think they might get a goal. They might get a goal at home. But I think PSG's attack is just too good. So we'll see what happens. CB3473 here. Who's that emoji of? I've got no clue who that emoji is of, but it's pretty cool. Cat Smith on YouTube says, "Hey, score prediction." Good question. You know what? 3-1 again probably wouldn't really surprise me, even though Villa are at home this time. I do think Villa will get a goal, but I think PSG's attack is just too good. They've got Dembele starting, probably centrally. Kvaratskhelia starting, Barcola starting. Where's my guy Doué? Oh, Doué's on the bench. So they're gonna have Doué coming on against kind of tired defenders, tired midfielders. Yeah, I'll probably predict. I want to say 4-1, but I think 4-1's taking the piss a bit too much. So I'll probably go with 3-1 again. 3-1 again, which would mean like what? 2-6 on aggregate? Pretty crazy. Riff is asking, would you take Morgan Rogers at Liverpool? Ooh, good question. Quite a few people would. I know people are quite, keen, are quite big on Morgan Rogers. I think he's okay. I think he's all right. I think he's decent. I'm not sure he'd necessarily be a kind of starter for us. I'm not sure he necessarily has that quality, but I'll take him as a backup. I know that's not a very nice thing to say. and if you're Morgan Rogers, that's probably not what you want to hear. You can come as a backup. But yeah, that's kind of where I'd see him. I don't necessarily see him getting in ahead of Szoboszlai. We perhaps do need to strengthen in the summer. I'm not sure the number 10 position is a priority. But if we do, I probably wouldn't go for Morgan Rogers. I'd probably kind of look elsewhere, unless he's available for cheap. Unless those Brummies are super desperate and we can get him for super cheap, then maybe. But otherwise, probably not. Indigo Piranha, I do love that username, has posted the Villa starting 11. Martinez in goal. Matty Cash, you have to say Matty Cash every time. You can't say Cash. Matty Cash, Konza, Pau Torres, Digne, Kamara, and Onana will probably be in a double pivot. Then maybe Rogers on the right, Tielemans in the middle, McGinn on the left, Rashford up top. Again, what's this like Rashford up top thing? Like, I thought Rashford was like a loan signing, right? But like he seems to be starting for them, and he seems to have kicked Ollie Watkins out of the team, unless I'm missing something. But that's what kind of seems to have happened. PSG though, this kind of killer team that they've got now, and it's kind of crazy that they've got this team now, especially since they let kind of their stars go. So Mbappe left, Messi left, Neymar left, probably others left that we're not remembering. But in some ways, you know, the team that they've got now is even better. So if you look at what Indigo Piranha put, Donnarumma, amazing keeper, one of the top few keepers in the world. Hakimi, one of the best right backs in the world. Marquinhos, centre back. Paco, Nuno Mendes, who completely locked off Salah. I'll be honest, Salah couldn't get an inch against Nuno Mendes. So yeah, top left back there. João Neves, Vitinha, Ruiz, and then up front, Barcola, Dembele, and Kvaratskhelia. And you know the funny thing is, right? Even their bench is amazing. They got Doué on the bench, they got Hernandez on the bench, they got Kimpembe on the bench. It's like this team could like fully go all the way. The Curse King says PSG winning this at Villa Park. I think it will be 4-0 to PSG today. I mean, I predicted 3-1. You might not be far off with the 4-0. I just think PSG's attack is just too good. Just the quality of players that they've got on the pitch and the quality of players that they've got on the bench as well. It's like, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do against that? The dog says thoughts on Ekitike. I'm going to be semi-controversial. I don't really see it with Ekitike. I mean, he's fine, but he just looks like another Nunes. I don't know if that's offensive. It's not. It doesn't. Like, I'm not trying to kind of be offensive, but I don't see it. It's another kind of tall, kind of gangly striker who's very raw. It doesn't seem to necessarily excel at any one attribute. So yeah, I'm not convinced. And also kind of the types of fees we're kind of talking about, like 85 million, 80 million. No. Not worth anywhere near that in the slightest. If Ekitike was available for half that, like a 40 million, even then I'd be like, you know what? Not too sure. But yeah, 85 million's too much. As I was saying, still a very raw player, still somebody who does have physical attributes and does have technical attributes, but he's not a starter. And for me, 85 million is kind of starter money. I'd rather the money was spent on like a Cunha, Delap as a backup, which is like a separate kind of conversation. But probably like a Cunha, or put it towards an Isak, which probably ain't gonna happen because he's probably too expensive anyway. But yeah, Ekitike ain't the one for me, and I just find it so weird because everyone's like, "Oh my god, Ekitike! Oh my god, Ekitike is so good." I'm like, really? I don't see it. And like everyone's making these compilations. Like, here's an Ekitike compilation. Look at the goals that he scored for Frankfurt. And I'm like, they're fine. They're fine goals, but is this like supposed to impress me? I just don't see it. Again, good player with potential, but not 85 million. Even if he was half that at like 40-ish, I'd still be like, unsure. Would Delap be like a better buy at 40-ish? Number one, he's English, so he'd count towards the quota. Number two, he's Premier League proven to a certain degree. I know that term kind of gets thrown around a lot, kind of Premier League proven, but I'd rather get Delap for like 30-ish. Even if Ekitike was 40-ish, I don't see it. I really don't see it. I've tried watching clips. I've tried watching goals. I've tried watching whatever I can. Haven't watched any full games, so maybe that's the problem. But yeah, not for me. Matthew says Tsimikas gone apparently. Kirkes likely coming in for 40 million plus. Yeah, I saw that today. Apparently lots of clubs are quite interested in Tsimikas, which I can see why. I think still very good player. Very good is probably a bit far. Still a decently good player. Still has a very good delivery on him. Still very good from set pieces. Still kind of full of energy. Still defensively fine. Perhaps he's not the most defensively sound player ever, but he's okay. He's all right. So I can see why lots of teams are kind of interested in him. It is interesting that we're kind of selling Simicast instead of Robertson. I predict it's probably because you can get money for Simicast, whereas Robertson will probably let him get older, and then let his kind of contract expire and release him. So yeah, kind of what we all expected really. Simicast will probably go. Hopefully we can get somewhere in the £20 million range. I think Kirkes will come in for like 40 million. I think that would be a really good upgrade. Juve Juve Pong says the Robertson slander online is going too far. He's our best left back ever. Yeah, I hear what you say. Like some of it is quite nasty, and like I perhaps wasn't the nicest person. When we played, who did we play last time? West Ham. When we played West Ham, and he was responsible for the goal. It's a tough one because he has been one of, if not the best left backs that we've ever had at Liverpool, but he is past it. He is past it. So I think it's fair to say, you know what, we need to improve. We need to move on. And trying to find the middle ground in terms of not doing it in a disrespectful way. But to be honest, some of the disrespectful stuff is quite funny. so what more could you say, right? Yeah, and I think Robbins mentioned it there. True, but he's kind of past it now. Yeah, it's like sometimes people go far, but like it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's still just kind of school kind of playground stuff, if you know what I mean. And like if you can't handle that, just you shouldn't really be a footballer. I've never seen things go too far. Sometimes with certain players, things go too far. But I think all the kind of criticism about Robertson seems to be about his ability and just people taking the mick out of him, which is not too bad. I mean, that's life, innit? People are going to make fun of you. Like sometimes people make death threats and like threats to, and like insulting like their loved ones. Okay, that's too far. But if you're saying he's finished as a footballer, again, it's not a nice thing to say, but it's not the end of the world. Nunez Comp is saying not enough people are talking about Conor Bradley. They're just coming out, by the way. I think it's going to start in like 2 minutes. Nunez, yeah, not enough people are talking about Conor Bradley. I don't think he's good enough to be our starting right back. You know what? I'm probably going to disagree on that. I actually really, really like Conor Bradley. I think defensively he's sound. Going forward he's sound. The only kind of concerns for me with respect to Conor Bradley are his injuries and his kind of fitness record. He does seem to be getting a lot of injuries, and that is a bit concerning for such a young player, but hopefully it's just like a growing pains thing. You know what I mean? It happened to Gerrard back in the day. It's happening to Jadon Dance. I think when you get to that age of like late teens, early 20s, you do kind of get recurring injuries sometimes with certain players. So it could just be something like that. It could just be something like that. So it is something we need to kind of keep an eye on. But in terms of his ability, I think he's really good. I think Conor Bradley is really, really good. Going forward, very good. Defensively, also very good. Good. Those are kind of technical attributes. In terms of physical attributes as well, he's quite strong. He's quite fast. I mean, what more do we want? Like, sometimes I feel like people are a bit too kind of critical, if you know what I mean, and it just kind of gets old. Yes, Nunez Comp has also said Conor Bradley is not experienced enough and keeps getting injured. We need to upgrade when Trent leaves. Yeah, I do agree with you on the injury thing. That is a that is a slight concern that it that it kind of keeps on happening, and then we have to play Kwanzaa at right back, which I absolutely hate. But yeah. In terms of his ability, Conor Bradley's ability, I've got kind of no beef with that. I think he's really, really good. Offensively, good. Defensively, good. He seems to be growing a bit as well. I swear the last match he was like 2 foot taller than the previous match. So I think he is in that growing phase, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I do think we need to maybe upgrade is not the right word, but I do think we need to bring in competition for Connor Bradley when Trent leaves. I don't want to, even though I think Connor Bradley will be the starting right back, I don't necessarily want to see. Fuck, I better start this timer. 1 second. Just checking that the timer's lined up. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, but just the last thing there. In terms of upgrading when Trent leaves, I think we do need competition for Bradley. Like even though I'd put Bradley as a starting right back, Rashford was just through for a second, and then I saw it was Rashford, and then I figured nothing will happen. Yeah, I think we need somebody who can compete with Bradley and challenge him for that first team spot. Somebody who's perhaps slightly older kind of thing. So yeah, let's get competition for Connor Bradley, and then kind of go from there. What I don't want is like, and again, I appreciate this wouldn't happen, but what I wouldn't want is like a Hakimi coming in. It wouldn't happen because Hakimi would be on ridiculous wages that we probably wouldn't pay. But I wouldn't want like a super expensive signing coming in and then just tossing Connor Bradley to the side. I think have somebody of kind of a similar wage bracket who can compete with Bradley. I think that's probably the best thing. Maybe I'm being a bit too sentimental, but I don't know. But anyway, corner to Villa here. Villa starting strong. Villa are at home. They're just shuffling about in the box. You know when they're doing that. That's what they're doing. Crossing. Ooh. They got a header on, but it was saved. It was Onana who got the header on, but it was saved by Donnarumma. Nice cross, to be fair. Villa are up for it. I know it's only been about 2 minutes and 4 seconds, but Villa looking pretty up for this, if I'm honest. Okay, another corner now. This time corner from the right hand side. Crossed in, bad corner. Bad corner. You know when it's not a high corner or a low corner. Yeah, PSG just defending it, kind of pinball in the box, cleared by PSG. But Matty Cash is too deep and plays it back to Martinez. And it's been cleared. Martinez has got a lot of gel in his hair today. Throw into PSG then. Just by the halfway line. Long throw taken, Dembele chasing it. Cleared by Matty Cash. Because remember, we have to say Matty Cash every time. You can never say Cash. Foul. Free kick to PSG. Yeah, Villa proper up for this. They're looking proper aggressive, can't lie. John McGinn just smashed into the player. PSG take the free kick. Hakimi plays it forward. Kvaratskhelia on the right hand side, which is a bit peculiar. I know I say this every time, and I'm probably starting to sound like a broken record, but I'm so disappointed we didn't get Kvaratskhelia. I'm still not over it. McGinn, Tielemans, McGinn back to Onana, but Kvaratskhelia is chasing, but Onana gets to it, plays it to Luka Dean to Rashford. Back to Onana. Onana can't get the pass through. Poor Amadou. His name's not Andre, mate. Cleared by Martinez, but goes straight to PSG. Back to Hakimi. Hakimi to Marquinhos. Nuno Mendes. PSG trying to kind of keep the ball. They're trying to, because Villa came out so fast and came out so aggressive. PSG trying to just recycle the play a bit. Make Villa calm down. Villa going out with a fight, though. I'll give them that. They're going to make it entertaining for us. So I think some of the predictions earlier that you guys made are probably quite accurate about there being a lot of goals. Let's throw into PSG. The PSG, like, they always walk like a meter forward from the damn spot. Goes to Dembele, though. Dembele with a cross. Ooh, cleared. Dembele with another cross. Cleared by Dean. Villa sort it out. Kamara sweeps up. Kamara takes care of business. Cleared by Donnarumma to Hakimi. Back to Onana. Morgan Rogers in the number 10 position. I know somebody earlier was saying, would you take Morgan Rogers? Yeah. I mean, he's fine. He's okay. I don't necessarily think he'd be a major upgrade over Szoboszlai. And I think stylistically as well, he's perhaps a bit too similar. Like too similar a player. Which I guess has its advantages, because then you can say, look, we've got a style of play. And therefore we want similar players who fit into that style of play. You could definitely argue that the issue now is that Elia and Szoboszlai are too different. That's why Szoboszlai plays every single game. Back to Nuno Mendes. Ooh, Villa are attacking here. Through to Tielemans. Tielemans to Rashford. Awful first touch, Rashford. Awful first touch. They did all the hard work. They did all the hard work to kind of make the opening. Threw balls by Tielemans to Rashford, but his first touch was so shit that the ball just went like a meter ahead of him. And then Marquinhos sweeped it up like the person who cleans the street. But PSG countering here. Barcola down the left. Kvaratskhelia in a ton of space. Barcola just fucking decides to just go on holiday and then misses Kvaratskhelia. And Villa get the ball back. I know it's easier for us to say because we're just kind of watching it, but like sometimes the decision making, even at like an elite level, just feels so brain dead. Just so brain dead and so brainless. Vitinha, João Neves, Paco. Is it Pacho or Paco? Who knows? PSG get the ball back. PSG countering again. I think we're gonna have a lot of this because Villa are very high up the pitch. Ruiz back to Vitinha. Out wide to Kvaratskhelia. It's weird seeing Kvaratskhelia on the right hand side. Much prefer him on the left, but it's probably because they're playing Mr. Bradley Barcola. Marquinhos. Hakimi. Marquinhos. Marquinhos again. Marquinhos having the time of his life here. Booted up to Hakimi. Unlucky. Loses the ball. Villa now. Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers breaking through to Rashford. Again, Rashford. Shit first touch. Why? The guy does not have a first touch. Like, Villa do like all the hard work to kind of break the lines. To break the press, to get through. PSG are countering now. PSG, nice cross. Ooh, it's full to Hakimi. Hakimi scores. And that's Rashford's fault because Rashford's shit. Rashford is dog crap. Villa did all the hard work to kind of break through. Did all the hard work to break the press. And then anytime they pass it to Rashford, his first touch involves the ball going a meter away from his foot. And that's like the second or maybe the third time that's happened in like 10 minutes. The guy absolutely does not have a first touch. And he just ruins everything that they're doing. I don't know. I don't know why they don't play like Watkins instead. So it's forward now. Like for me, Watkins is genuinely the better player. So I don't know why. I don't know why they always seem to stick Rashford in above him. Yeah. Good play by Hakimi, to be fair. He kind of saw the opportunity. Basically, like a cross went in. Martinez kind of palmed it to the centre circle, but Hakimi ran all the way from right back to that centre circle position and then smacked it in. They can blame that goal entirely on Rashford. Guy is shite. Never seen him play with that bad a first touch. I mean, he's got good physical attributes. He's quick. He's got a decent shot on him. I guess decent enough pass, but no first touch. And I guess the trouble is you can't play the ball to feet to him because he doesn't have a first touch. Again, he chested it and the ball went a meter away from him. So his feet don't have a first touch and his chest doesn't have a first touch either. PSG countering again after Rashford lost the ball again. Shall I update the score now or shall I wait for them to score? Vitinha, Hakimi, Kvaratskhelia, Paco, Ruiz. I still don't know. Is it like Pacho or is it Paco? I don't get as well like why Rashford starts over Oliver Watkins. Anyway, Ruiz now. Sorry, that was Vitinha. Marquinhos. Hakimi running all the way back to get the ball, but he's not needed. Clearance to Vitinha. Now Hakimi. Ooh, through ball to Dembele, but just intercepted. I think that's Tielemans. Kamara. Tielemans. Ooh, ball almost fell to Dembele there to score another. the problem is John McGinn had like 5 players around him, and John McGinn's only like 2'4" at best. I think Dortmund have just scored, so that makes that game a bit more interesting. But this game's been good so far. It's been good so far. Villa got 39% possession. PSG got 61. So even though Villa are at home, they're not really showing it from a possession perspective, we could say. Hakimi again. Hakimi got the ball on the right. Dembele very deep at the moment. Goes to Ruiz. Nuno Mendes. Kvaratskhelia. Ball goes out. Throw into PSG then. PSG throw it back. Villa have got to score 4 goals, and I don't think that shit's happening. to be honest with you, not gonna happen. But they can try. Dembele just running at their defense. Dembele seems like he's reborn ever since kind of Messi left, Mbappe left, Neymar left. Like he's playing with a new level of urgency that he didn't necessarily have before. Villa trying their best. Goes to McGinn. Go on, McGinn. McGinn tried to run past the entire team, and guess what happened? The second player tackled him, and he lost the ball. Ball goes to Digne. Goes to McGinn. McGinn's trying too hard, bro. Like he's just trying too hard. Like he's trying to do the spectacular every time he gets the ball. Whenever he doesn't get the ball, he's trying to kind of press everyone. Whenever he does have the ball, he's trying to play these passes, which he ain't really capable of. He just needs to kind of keep it simple, I think. Matty Cash, though, gets past Nuno Mendes. Plays it to Morgan Rogers. Take a shot! Fucking took forever. Dummied it and then should have smacked it, but decided to wait half a second. PSG got the ball back. Rashford, nope. I mean, I can see the value to Rashford if they bring him off the bench. I mean, they've got him on bloody corners now. See what he can do from a corner. So Rashford taking the corner. Cleared. Falls to Kamara. Back to Digne. Cross in by Villa. Falls to McGinn, I think, on the edge of the box, who puts another cross in. But again, dealt with by PSG. Vitinha decided to head it back into the box when it had been cleared and gave Villa another shot. But Donnarumma saved it. Because Donnarumma is 8'6" in height. So very hard to beat him. Back to PSG now. Sorry, back to Villa. Luka Dean versus Vitinha. Luka Dean passes it backwards to Kamara. Kamara passes it backward to Martinez. Martinez takes a long goal kick out to John McGinn on the right. John McGinn again. Villa just playing long ball football, but it's got through to Rashford. And again, Rashford has no fucking first touch. No first touch. There's at least 4 times now in this game. I don't even like Villa. I don't even like Rashford. I don't even like Man United, as you can tell. But Jesus fucking Christ, the guy has no first touch. The guy has absolutely no first touch. And it's just it's just really frustrating to watch. Whenever whenever the ball gets close to him, whenever somebody plays it off him, it will bounce off Rashford like it's a ping pong ball or a snooker ball. Like, you know, when you hit a snooker ball against the cushion, it's not staying tucked in the cushion, it's bouncing back off and hitting the blue in the middle. No first touch, man. PSG taking a throw in though. Paris is an interesting city. I don't know if many people have been. I went last year. It's quite nice. Certain things I did like about it, certain things I didn't like about it. But yeah, considering maybe going again this year. Anyway, Hakimi. Back to Vitinha. Back to Pacho. Dembele, Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes on the left. Back to Ruiz. Marquinhos. Back out to Hakimi. Yeah, PSG just basically playing keep ball at the moment, if I'm honest. Gone at Hakimi, Kvaratskhelia coming very deep to get the ball. Coming very deep. Nuno Mendes is very high, so it's the opposite of Kvaratskhelia. But anyway, back to Ruiz, or gone out left to Barcola. Ball across to Hakimi. Hakimi cuts it back to Kvaratskhelia. Vitinha back to Barcola. Nuno Mendes is in like the number 10 position. It's like, what are you doing over there? I was thinking, who is that? Pretty crazy, man. Yeah, Villa are gonna need to pick this up a bit. They did do really well in like the first 10 minutes, but because Rashford doesn't have a first touch, lost the ball. PSG countered, and before you knew it, 1-0 PSG. Martinez takes a goal kick now, cleared by Nuno Mendes, who's out of position, but Morgan Rogers gets the ball. Take a shot! Takes a really nice shot, and it just goes a bit wide. That's better. They don't spend 4 effing hours waiting to take the shot. Just cut inside, took a shot. Much better. Much better. Literally left Pacho for dead. Good play by Morgan Rogers. Left-footed shot as well. Low along the ground, but just wide of the post. PSG take the goal kick though. Back to Nuno Mendes. Ooh, long ball up to Barcola, but Dina should deal with that, and he does deal with that. Hakimi gets the ball back. Luka Dean somehow tackled himself. And Hakimi said, okay, if you're going to tackle yourself, I'll just grab the ball from you. And that's exactly what happened. Villa have had 4 attempts to PSG's 1, but PSG have scored from their 1 attempt. Goes to Luka Dean again on the left. Up to Onana, edge of the box, crosses it in, but intercepted. Back to Hakimi. Hakimi just blasts it off Dinia to get the throw in. Clever play, to be honest with you. Clever play. Torres completely fluffs that up, and Dembele's got the ball now. Dembele up against Konza. Konza just stands still because he's about 10 foot tall, and Dembele cannot get beyond him. Ball goes to Marquinhos. PSG basically playing kind of keep ball at the moment. PSG play it back. Back to Donnarumma. Marquinhos. Ooh, intercepted by Onana. PSG lucky. Lucky PSG. Hakimi now. Hakimi countering. This looks like it might be another goal. Dembele. Plays it across. Nuno Mendes. Ooh, what a nice goal. What a nice goal. What a nice goal. I'm not even going to say I'm an oracle of, what's the word? I don't know. But an oracle of seeing the future. I'm not that, because that was so obvious. Again, Villa, too many players forward. PSG have their second shot on goal and their second goal. Whereas Villa have had 5 shots on goal and no goals. This is going to be high scoring. So we were right at the start. Yeah, Villa got all their players off the pitch. They think they're Ange Postecoglou, mate. I mean, good finish by Nuno Mendes, to be fair. The guy's a left back and he kind of killed it in. So we better update the score again. This is going to be messy. It's going to be messy. Not that kind of messy. Emery's crying on the touchline. It's like, these are your tactics. The team has clearly been given a instruction to bomb up the pitch, so... So what are Villa going to do now? Are they going to just continue to commit more players forward in the hope that they eventually get a goal, or are they going to sit back and try to ensure this is not embarrassing? Interesting. I don't know what I'd do in this situation. Goes to Dinia, out left. Goes to Rashford. Rashford with a decent first touch there. I'm just going to get on to what Stevie G has said in the comments in a second. Morgan Rogers. The other kind of problem is for Villa is that PSG, they're able to get so many players back, but then they counter like that. It's like... and then what he's supposed to do. PSG's got rapid players all over the pitch. Kvaratskhelia, rapid. Dembele, rapid. Nuno Mendes, rapid. Barcola, rapid. Even the guys on the bench, Doué, who I'm so excited to see, rapid. What can you do? But yeah, Stevie G is on the ball here, saying 3 attacks already ruined by Rashford losing the ball. Third one directly leads to a PSG goal. Yeah, that's the thing with Rashford. He's so overhyped, has absolutely no first touch, and like a lot of people don't have a great first touch. But like whenever the ball goes to him, it will then bounce at least a meter away. Never seen anything like it. Like, is it not? And he's had this problem for years. Is it not something that he can work on? I don't know. But anytime, man, anytime the ball goes to Rashford, it's like watching a pinball machine. PSG now slowly building up again. They're gonna slowly build up and then a strike. And again, they got that's probably Barcola on the left in a ton of space. Barcola dancing through the defense, but the defense just about gets the leg in. This might be a good opportunity. Tielemans, Morgan Rogers, to Rashford. Shit. Rashford was in the box. Villa keep the ball, goes from player 1 to player 2. Villa keep the ball, goes from player 2 to player 3. Villa keep the ball, goes from player 3 to Rashford. Rashford takes a pass, loses the ball. Like, are Man United even going to want him back at this rate? I hope so. Hope to take him back. Hope they start him. Villa fans don't look too happy now. Oh my God, was that Vitinha? Vitinha just backheeled it in his own box past Rashford. PSG again, just playing keep ball here. Ball goes to Hakimi. Rashford loses the ball again. Now okay, Rashford's on one now. What's he going to do? He's going to screw it up. To be fair, he played a nice little through ball. It was a decent through ball. But it was too close to Donnarumma, so he just kind of scooped it up. Villa with a few more players back now, so they're trying to perhaps soak up pressure for a bit before they kind of go all out again. At least we took PSG to penalties. It's PSG super team. Tielemans to Rashford. Rashford to McGinn. McGinn to Tielemans. Ooh, what a goal. So Tielemans kind of smacked it against Nuno Mendes' head. And then Nuno Mendes kind of headed it in to his own goal. I don't know if that counts as an own goal or a Tielemans goal. But it clearly smacked Nuno Mendes' head and then completely changed direction and went in. Just replaying it now. Rashford to McGinn. McGinn to Tielemans, who I think is just about onside. Tielemans went for like a shot for the far corner, but it smacked Nuno Mendes' head, maybe his shoulder, and then went into the near corner. Yeah, actually smacked off his shoulder. It's like, why are you celebrating, Tielemans? Like, get the ball back up the pitch. Like, why are these people celebrating? Get on with it. Even Prince William is celebrating. It's like, that's nice and all, but you've got another 4 goals to score. God, I'm updating this bloody scoreline thing every 2 seconds, which is probably a good thing. It beats a 0-0, right? 2-5. We've had 7 goals on aggregate. It's pretty crazy, but I'll take it. Ooh, I think that's a foul by McGinn. McGinn looks a bit too keen, if I'm honest. Hakimi's down, crying like he's been shot, but to be fair, I don't think McGinn did that much there. Ooh, Hakimi kind of lashed out. Tried to kind of kick McGinn in the face. He missed, but he still tried to kick him in the head. Now, I understand the desire to want to kick John McGinn in the head, but you probably shouldn't do that on a football pitch or generally in life. Unless he kicks you first. But, like, that looked a bit dodgy. It's easy for us to say, though, I guess. To be fair, McGinn made a bit of a meal of it. Hakimi didn't connect, but he did kind of motion to throw a kick. I say keep him on. Yeah, he's staying on. It was a bit like a Chun-Li kick from Street Fighter. But anyway, Mr. Donnarumma is taking a goal kick. Long goal kick. Goes to Onana. Heads it to McGinn. Whenever McGinn gets the ball, they have like 3 players on him. It's like it's an instruction that McGinn is the danger man. I mean, McGinn is fine as a midfielder, but does he necessitate having 3 players on him? Not too sure. Goes to Kvaratskhelia. He's somebody who does necessitate having 3 players on him. Kvaratskhelia. Vitinha. Marquinhos, Paco. Vitinha. Hakimi. Back to Marquinhos. The ball just bouncing around the box there, but Martinez is just able to clear it at the last second. Hakimi. Back to Marquinhos. Vitinha. PSG again, lots of space on the left, and they do pass it to the left. Ooh, nice through ball. Dembele just kind of fell over at the worst time. PSG attacking again, goes to Kvaratskhelia, goes to Fabian Ruiz. Makes a bit of space, gets a decent shot in, but not enough power on it. Rashford now. Let's see if you can do anything of use. Go on, Rashford. Go on, Marcus. Give it your best try, Marcus. And Marcus lost the ball because that's what Marcus does. Marcus is taking a free kick now. Sorry, a throw in. But he decides not to take the throw in and just pass it to Dina instead. So now Dina is taking the throw in. Dina with the throw in. Nothing, man. Ooh, Villa with the chance. Dina with a cross. Cross missed everyone, though. The cross just absolutely missed everyone. Yeah, they're just replaying the attempt, which came to nothing. Kvaratskhelia, Hakimi. Kvaratskhelia is on the floor now. I think that might have been pretty nasty because he's going down in a significant amount of pain, and John McGinn's been booked. Oh, that's nasty. Kvaratskhelia kicked the ball away, and a whole 1 second later, McGinn decides to take him out. It's nasty. Oh, I'm gonna take him out. I'm gonna take him out. That's what McGinn was thinking, but is that a very nice thing to say? I'm gonna take him out. Yeah, dirty play, my McGinn. Kvaratskhelia is back to his feet though. Nothing comes of it. Nothing comes of it. Emery looks a bit puzzled on the sideline, which is exactly what you want from your manager. Nothing inspires confidence more than your manager looking confused. Free kick to PSG then. Hakimi taking this. Ooh, nice ball up to Dembele. Perfect free kick just to Dembele, but I think he might just have been offside. Villa trying their best here. I don't know. I'm not convinced that's going to be enough. But they're trying. Yeah, nothing happened. Ruiz, though, cantering. Barcola. I don't know if he was onside, but he might have been. Barcola running down on goal. Take a shot. He does take a shot and he misses the target. It wasn't Barcola. That was Dembele, and he was just offside. I mean, the ref's given the offside flag, but I don't know how offside that really was. That is Barcola now. Barcola, edge of the box. Is he going to do anything of any use? He's going to pass it backwards, which has dubious usage. Back to João Neves. João Neves to Vitinha. Back to João Neves. Back to Fabian Ruiz. Back to Nuno Mendes. I'm saying back a lot. Back to Marquinhos. Forward. Back to Marquinhos. Sideways to Nuno Mendes. Forward to Vitinha. Forward to Barcola. Back to Vitinha. These guys are playing keep ball as if there's only like 5 seconds left of the half. And the referee blows the whistle. Unai Emery laughing his face off. Yeah, PSG just looking a bit too good, if I'm honest. A gamer Cal said McGinn should get a red card. It was a pretty bad tackle, perhaps not red card worthy. I know a lot of people don't like McGinn. And based on today, I can perhaps kind of see why. But yeah, I'm not sure it was a red card thing. It seemed like a solid yellow card. But yeah, not nice play. Especially after how he reacted to the Hakimi thing earlier. To then go and do that to Kvaratskhelia, it's just not a very nice thing to do, is it? It's not a very nice thing to do. Yeah, we'll see what Villa can do in the second half, but I think PSG have got this locked off. if I'm honest. Apparently, Nuno Mendes was rumored to go to Real Madrid, but it didn't quite happen. But he's having an amazing season. The usual pundit nonsense at halftime. Lily says Nuno Mendes is a better finisher than Rasmus Højlund. I think you're right. It was a really nice finish. I think he was just inside the box and kind of curled it with his left foot into the corner. Um, Better finisher than Rasmus Højlund. Better finisher than Joshua Zirkzee. Better finisher than Darwin Núñez. Better finisher than many. Those three right there are like, what, 200 million worth of striker? So, yeah. Like, if Núñez was in that position, he ain't scoring. Nuno Mendes made it look kind of easy, the way he kind of curled it. And it's not even just a shot, to be fair. He also got into the right position. And I think he has to be credited for that as well. But yeah, amazing finish. And it's one of those things as well. Weirdly, when he got into that position, you felt like he'd score. So yeah, good, nice goal. That's all you can say. Lucy says Nuno Mendes very possibly the best left back in the world. Certainly this season, like I was kind of saying at the start, he completely locked off Salah in the Liverpool versus PSG game. I'd say Salah maybe got the better of him a handful of times at best, like maybe 2 or 3 times. But the other, however many times, 15 times it was, Nuno Mendes was always too strong. Nuno Mendes was always too fast. And there's people even after the Liverpool game who were kind of hating on Nuno Mendes. And I was like, he was amazing. How are you hating on this guy? So it's good to see Nuno Mendes getting a bit of kind of respect now. But yeah, I would love kind of Liverpool to be in for him, but that ain't gonna happen. we don't shop in that market, which is fine. It has its advantages not shopping in that market, but yeah, ain't gonna happen. Flexi says the camera caught Marcus Rashford saying this team is so man after Aston Villa conceded the second goal. For real? I mean, the first goal at the very least was his fault. And if he wasn't playing up top, Villa would have a lot more goals. Because the guy has the first touch of a donkey. Anytime the ball goes to him, it just completely bounces off his foot. So, like, I don't understand kind of what Rashford is complaining about. He's been culpable for at least 1 goal. And he hasn't really done anything up the pitch to have that kind of an egotistical reaction. So it's a bit crazy. We got Pixelated Suits here saying, yo! That's what Pixelated Suits says as he's going downhill on... Is it Downhill Demolition? Yeah, you guys should check that out if you like kind of... I would say like racing games, but like... It's a racing game, but it's a bit more fun than that. So you can kind of throw bottles at people. I think at one time he was punching the driver next to him. So if you guys ever played Road Rash back in the day, it's a bit like that. But yeah, if you like racing games, so definitely check out our Pixelated Suits. He's quality streams, gaming streams, and when you do, say nice things about Luis Diaz, because he was our best player the last game. Oh, it's made by Codemasters as well, just like the F1 games. I didn't get a Codemasters feel from that game, but that's interesting. Okay, Codemasters, from what I recall, they always made like quite like simulation type games. But fair play. Pixelated Suit says, mate, Loki Diaz might have been robbed of man of the match. Virgin was at fault. Virgin? Okay, no. Virgil was at fault for the own goal. Yeah. Diaz was amazing in that game. He was the biggest threat on the left. Constantly beating his man, constantly creating space, constantly putting kind of dangerous balls in. Yeah, clearly the best player, and it's got to the point now where like I watch some like kind of like Liverpool channels on YouTube and that sort of thing, and a lot earlier in the season were saying, oh, they prefer Gakpo over Diaz, and now they're saying that they prefer Diaz over Gakpo, and it's like, okay, number one, make your mind up, and and number two, they're both good, but in terms of from a form perspective right now, Diaz definitely been playing better. I don't know if he's changed his breakfast or something, or is eating something different, but like anytime the ball goes to him, he looks dangerous. Rashford in this game could certainly learn a lot. That's another quite good thing about Diaz, is that when the ball goes to him, regardless of if it's a short pass or if it's a long pass, quite often because Diaz plays on the left, he gets long passes from Trent or whoever's playing right back, and the ball just sticks to Diaz's feet. Whereas with Rashford, what we're seeing in this game, as soon as the ball goes to him, bounces off his foot, it goes a meter away. So that's I think that's another kind of quality that Luis Diaz has. Very good kind of first touch, and we're seeing the other extreme of that today with Marcus Rashford. Because as soon as he gets the ball, he loses it. And it's not that he loses it because he did a bad pass. He loses it because he can't control the pass coming into him. So, yeah, it's crazy. Pixelated Suits asks, are you doing Arsenal tomorrow? Yeah, we'll be. We'll be doing part 2 of the one we did last week. It'll be interesting to see if Real Madrid can come back. If I remember, I will call it the comeback stream, the comeback hate-along. But yeah, excited for Real Madrid Arsenal. More excited for that one than this game today, to be honest. But this has been entertaining today. So yeah, an hour before the game today, I was thinking, it's PSG Villa. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's game instead. But yeah, today's has been good, and I'm sure tomorrow's will be good as well. Pixelated 2 says, I'll be here for it. Thank you. Appreciate that. It'll be fun to watch the second leg together as well. First leg was pretty good. Pretty crazy with those two Declan Rice free kicks. So yeah, we'll see what Real Madrid could do. Should be interesting. Yeah, I was Pixelated 2 says, bro, Nuno Mendes is so good. Yeah, he's been so good this game. Not just from a defensive perspective. I'm not sure if you saw the goal, but he got into like the perfect attacking position, and even from that position, it wasn't like an open goal. He still had to kind of curl it like to the left, just to kind of beat Martinez. So it was a pretty difficult shot, and he scored. And I think somebody earlier in the chat, I think it was Lily. Lily said Nuno Mendes is a better finisher than Rasmus Højlund. And we were saying, yeah, 100%. But yeah, there's been quite a lot of love for Nuno Mendes today, and kind of rightfully so. I think similarly, when we played PSG, was it a month ago? Whenever, he completely locked off Salah. Salah really struggled to kind of get past Nuno Mendes, really struggled to get the ball, really struggled to create much of anything. So yeah, Nuno Mendes is having a kind of fantastic season. We need a left back. We won't be in for him because we don't shop in that market. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he's still at PSG next season. But yeah, top player, top goal. Very good defensively and very good going forward as well. Yeah, just reading some of the comments online. A lot of Villa fans quite upset with Marcus Rashford. I hope that was a regarding kind of Flexi's comment saying the camera caught Marcus Rashford saying this team is hush, man. Why is Rashford complaining? Villa have created chances for him. Villa have created opportunities for him, but he's just done nothing with them. And it's one thing. It's one thing doing nothing with the opportunities. It's another thing proactively losing the ball from the opportunities. So, given he loses the ball every time, I don't know why he's complaining. But yeah, I'm hoping that's just an exaggeration, and he didn't actually say that. Because if he did say that, that's a level of delusion that I can't really say anything nice about. To be honest with you. Looks like second half's kicking off now. Yeah, that's another bizarre thing, a Tielemans celebration. So they're 5-1 down. Tielemans scores and he's like, yeah, 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 yeah. Doing that to the crowd. It's like, mate, run back. You've got to score another 4 goals. What are you doing? Yeah, oh. Why are you doing that to the crowd? I think he wasted a minute doing that. I'm surprised no players kind of ushered him back towards the centre circle. But speaking of the centre circle, it's just kicked off. I better correct the timer. It's updating this timer. Fantastic. McGinn's down again because McGinn seems to have a not a love-hate relationship, but a love-love relationship with being on the floor. Marquinhos' elbow kind of hit him in the face, but I think it was more of a coming together, if I'm honest. McGinn's holding his face. He's forgetting how he tried to kick Kvaratskhelia in the first half. But anyway, nice ball by Marquinhos to Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia intercepted by Kamara. Back to Nuno Mendes, back to Vitinha. Kvaratskhelia playing on the right hand side today instead of the left. He's still been pretty effective. Perhaps not as effective as he is on the left, but still looking pretty good. I think that's a foul by Torres there, just on Hakimi. It's a free kick to PSG. Kvaratskhelia is going to take it on the wide right of the pitch, or is it wide left? Well, for PSG it's the wide right. For Martinez, it's the wide left. Taken short, which is kind of pointless. Back to Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes is inverting a lot. He's coming a lot into the kind of centre space, which kind of worked out because he was in the centre space for his goal. Back to Donnarumma, back to Nuno Mendes. Out to Fabian Ruiz. Goes to Barcola. Ball goes back to McGinn. Ooh, McGinn beats his man. Take a shot, Jonathan. He doesn't take a shot. He decides to head the ball instead and it goes out. McGinn is trying really hard. I'll give him that. He's trying his best. It doesn't always work out. So there's a cross there by Luca Dean. Nice cross, to be fair. Curled it around Hakimi, but McGinn just headed wide. They're just showing Ollie Watkins on the bench there. I don't know why Rashford starts over Ollie Watkins. I don't know what that's about. Exercising today and I've pulled a muscle. It's gone back to Nuno Mendes. Cleared by Marquinhos. But Konza should get that. Konza does get that. Back to Martinez. Martinez to Torres. Just a foul by Morgan Rogers there on Nuno Mendes. PSG fans looking very happy. The short trip from Paris to Birmingham would have been quite... well, the trip back will certainly be better than the trip here. Villa get the ball back. Oh, God, this muscle that I've pulled. Ah, it's over here. Pixelated Suit says, did you see that Mbappe red card? I did. One of the worst red cards I've ever seen in my life, which makes your next comment all the more shocking. I don't know what to say. I'm kind of lost for words, considering how high it was, considering how late it was. I'm surprised he didn't break the guy's leg. It was that bad. Literally, kind of one of the nastiest things I've ever seen. Ball just bobbing about, pinballing, but I think PSG should get to it. Horrible tackle. I don't know what did you think of it? But yeah, I agree with you. Only one match is criminal. Like, I thought that would be, sometimes you get these tackles and it's like, it's not just a normal ban. It's like an extra ban on top of that because it's so bad. I thought it was going to be one of those, but one match ban for that is crazy. I presume it's because he's a and I think Dembele just scored, but he was offside. I don't know because people always say like Real Madrid, they control the league and the government like funds them, and so does that mean like they get preferential treatment? I'm normally not like a kind of conspiracy type of guy, but like with Real Madrid in particular, like they do get a lot of kind of favorable decisions. If he wasn't a Real Madrid player, that would have been a significantly longer ban, I think. And secondly, if he wasn't Mbappe, so if he was like a random Real Madrid player, like I don't know, like Endrick or something, it would have been significantly worse. I think the fact that it's Real Madrid and the fact that it's arguably one of their star players, you could even make the argument he's the star player from a reputational perspective. I think that probably saved him. Yeah, terrible tackle. No intent to play the ball, nothing. Yeah, no intent to play the ball. And kind of in addition to that, it kind of looked like he intended to hurt the guy. Like it was that bad. Like I watch like UFC as well, and I've never seen anything like that in UFC. Like it was bad. It was very bad. It's just so he doesn't miss the El Clasico. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. That team is has influence. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. That team seems to have more influence over that league than, say, Betis or Valencia or Malaga or something. So probably is something like that. Everyone's equal in that league, but some teams are more equal than others. Another back. Wow. Oh, I've just seen it on my screen. Gurasi. 2-0 now. Will the comeback be happening? Oh my God, what a goal by McGinn. So Dortmund got one back and McGinn's got another one back as well. So we did say about 5 seconds ago, will the comeback be coming? It might be coming in this game as well. That was a pretty amazing shot by McGinn. McGinn got the ball from deep, ran into his own pitch, PSG backing off. Nice little shot. Donnarumma thought it was going over, but the ball kind of swerved significantly towards the end of its trajectory and just went right in. McGinn's doing the Gerrard. You know, the Gerrard versus Istanbul. He's doing that. So on the night then, I think that makes that 2-2. I'll just update this. The aggregate score gives me two things to update. You know, I'm the person who forgets to update one thing, so I've doubled my workload. So Villa 2, PSG 2, 3-5 on the night. I mean, we might have a game on. We might have a game on here. It looks like neither game was the bad one to pick. They're both pretty good. Villa attacking again here. Pixelated Suit says McGinn is so underrated. Just because he doesn't look like someone who could play football. I've always thought, what is the bizarre thing about John McGinn? I've never been able to figure it out, and it is literally that. I've always thought there's something bizarre about him, but I don't know what it is. It is that he just doesn't look like someone who could play football. But yeah, he's getting into this game now. Amazing goal. We were linked with him back in the day when we were revamping our midfield. Rashford here, but he ain't going to do anything because it's Rashford. Actually, he did a decent shot, but Donnarumma saved it. But yeah, we were linked with McGinn when we were revamping the midfield. And I remember everyone saying, "Oh, it's just Robertson's mate," and "Oh, it's going to be really expensive." But he's a decent player. But yeah, he does. It doesn't look like someone who plays football. Yeah. That was a decent shot by Rashford. That's probably the most he's done all game. He just whipped a cross in. It's gone back out to Rashford. Ooh, beats Ruiz. Ooh, beats Vitinha. Cuts it back. Oh my God, Konsa scored. What's going on? What is going on? It's 3-2. What the hell is going on? Rashford, who I've been hating on for the entire game, beat Ruiz, beat Vitinha, cut it back, and Konsa scored. Low. They might be complaining that Rashford's offside here, but it looked onside to me. Man, updating this score is like a full-time job today. It's like there's just so many goals. Nice little shot by Konsa. Pixelated Suit says, come on. Yeah. Tomorrow's game is going to be boring in comparison to this, yeah. I think I might have had it the wrong way around. I thought today's game was going to be boring and tomorrow's was going to be super entertaining, but we might have the opposite. Prince William in the crowd, delighted that his team is up. I mean, being in Birmingham myself, Villa is my local team, so I don't know if I can grab onto that. pretend this is a victory for me, even though I've been hating on Rashford the entire game. But to be honest, most people I work with, they support Villa, so but they're okay about it. They're not annoying like kind of Man United fans. So here's Konsa the goal scorer. Kamara. I don't know why my camera's zooming in and out. Cross in by Rashford again. Oh my God! Oh, fuck, what the hell's going on? Oh, God, that was an amazing save. That was an amazing save. That was an amazing save. Um, like it, Tielemans had a header from about a meter out, but like Donnarumma with an amazing save. Donnarumma only saved that because he's about 8 foot tall, and then the ball fell to McGinn, who kind of side netted it, unfortunately. But it looks like it's a corner. Oh my god! Oh, amazing corner! Like Rashford suddenly had a second wind this second half. Amazing corner to Tielemans on the edge of the box. They did the whole Beckham to Scholes thing, where Scholes was on the edge of the box and then would volley it. But unfortunately, Tielemans messed up the volley. Pixelated Suits ask, you been to Villa Stadium? I have, but not to watch a game. As weird as that sounds. In primary school, so like we have like primary school, like junior school, when like from ages to like 5 till 10, they did like a little, like we'd go there to play football, but not like professionally. Just Villa did this thing for the schools where they'd let the kids play football there. But it wasn't on the pitch. It was like in the trading thing. So I've been to Villa Park for those purposes, but I've never seen the game there. I've been to Anfield a lot more. Like I always think, you know what? Like Villa's my local team. Birmingham City is my local team. West Brom is my local team. Wolverhampton Wanderers is my local team. So if they ever play Liverpool away, or Liverpool away, those teams at home, I could go. But it's impossible to get Premier League tickets. I will do it. I will do it like once in my life. I'd have to pay like hospitality, which is like £500, and like my New York like plane tickets were £500, and it's like, do you want holiday or like go to Anfield for 1.5 hours? But I'll figure something out. I'll figure something out. But yeah, never been to Villa Stadium to watch a game. But if the opportunity arises, I'd kind of be more than up for it. Yeah, I was even thinking about it the other day, and I'm like, £500 for what? For 90 minutes of fun. Whereas like a flight to the other side of the world, granted I have to pay for a hotel and everything, but the flights to like US, flights to Canada, flights to Japan, same price. So it's a tough sell, but it's one of those bucket list things. So I think I still will have to do it. Kvaratskhelia now on the left hand side, so he's changed sides. Vitinha, corner to PSG. Seems so hard to go to Premiership games. It's because like a lot of the games, like I have Liverpool membership, which is how I got the tickets to the Legends game. But to go to a lot of the games, you need to have gone to 3 games before. You need to have gone to 2 games before, which you can't ever go to if you don't get the opportunity to go to the first one, if that makes sense. And when I went to the Anfield Stadium tour, they were saying that they had a waiting list for season tickets, which was 20 years long. So now in 2024, the people who applied for a season ticket in 2004 were now coming, like they were now getting them, kind of thing. So it's pretty impossible unless you know somebody like with a season ticket. But yeah, I'll figure a solution out. I'll figure something out. That looks like Doué. Doué may be on the pitch now. It looks like Doué from a hairstyle perspective. Yeah, so Doué is on for Barcola. Sheesh, I gotta start making friends with some Scousers. Yeah, the trouble is, like, even like a lot of Scousers have trouble kind of getting the tickets. I think part of the issue is like, if your granddad had a season ticket back in the day, like the granddad would pass it down to like the dad, and then the dad has passed it down to the son. And if you get a season ticket, like they never let go of the season ticket, if you know what I mean. So then it becomes very difficult to go, because the season tickets have stayed in the same families for the past 50, 60 years. Sometimes they do sell tickets from the season ticket to random people, but I don't want to take I don't want to take that risk of kind of, you know, somebody selling me a season ticket and then they've sold it to 5 people and then I can't get through the barriers. So yeah, it is a bit tricky. But yeah, I'll figure something out. It's on my list. I've got like a list of things. It is on the list of things I want to do. But look at Dembele's through here. Dembele goes near post, and it's saved by Martinez. Just about saved by Martinez. It almost went through Martinez's legs, but luckily just hit his knee on the way in. Throw into Villa. Villa are not down yet. Ooh, Villa bringing on Asensio and what's his name? Jacob Ramsey. McGinn's coming off. Probably for Ramsey. Asensio coming on. Sorry, McGinn's coming off for Onana. Not that it makes a difference, but Onana coming off. McGinn coming off. Then Ramsey coming on and Asensio coming on. So quite attacking substitutions, to be fair. Rashford, who's doing a lot better in the last 5 minutes. Ball just goes out there. Goal kick. And to be fair to Rashford, he went and got the ball and handed it back. He didn't do a Tielemans like, yeah, when he still needed to score 4 goals. So, fair play to Rashford. Pixelated Suit says Asensio won't get pens this time around. Probably not. But you never know. PSG building up again slowly. PSG is still ahead on aggregate. Boot the ball up to Doué. Doué is fast, but he's not the Flash. So he can't quite get to that one there. Matty Cash. Kamara. Morgan Rogers. Ramsey. Back to Konza. Konza heads it to Kamara. Ball falls to Dembele. Kvaratskhelia. Riff says Aston Villa and Dortmund are two useless. Oh god, this is going to be funny. Aston Villa and Dortmund are two useless clubs. Each the replica of what the other is in their country. Can they turn it around tonight? They should prove me wrong. Villa will never turn up when you want them to. Oh, but Villa through here. Asensio one-on-one with Donnarumma, but he tried to go through Donnarumma's legs, and Donnarumma said nah. Yeah, you seem to not be the biggest fan of Villa and Dortmund. They should prove me wrong. Let's see what happens, I guess. Asensio could have really equalized there. He should have really gone for the corner instead of kind of playing it through the player's legs, Donnarumma's legs. I can't lie, PSG look kind of shook. They look kind of shocked. You know, like the Liverpool versus Barcelona comeback, where after a few goals, Barcelona, you could tell they were a bit shook. That's just the vibe I'm getting from PSG here. Rashford. Again, amazing cross. Like he's turning it on in the last 10 minutes. Amazing cross. Konza died for the cross, but Konza just kind of missed it. Like, what has Rashford turned into in the second half? He was absolutely useless in the first half. And in the second half, he's playing like a man possessed. The delivery has been amazing from a corner perspective and a free kick perspective. Donnarumma should pick that up. Donnarumma does pick that up. Doué gets the ball back, but the ball bounces back to Villa for another throw-in. Throw into PSG. Looks like Hakimi is going to be taking the throw-in. Back to Martinez. This has got a weird feeling, this game. I think this is going to be like a memorable night for Villa. I just got a feeling that they're going to get back into this. I'm kind of willing them on, kind of local pride and all that. But then the flip side is I do want PSG to kind of win the Champions League, because then we can say we went out to the champions. The next 10 minutes will be crucial. I do think PSG's heads have gone a little bit. But let's see if they can reorganize mentally and see this through. DJ Coleon says Villa's pressing is 10 times better than ours. They're not just randomly running around half-heartedly. Yeah, there does seem to be a level of structure to their pressing. Rashford's through here, but Nuno Mendes deals with it. Yeah, there does seem to be structure to their pressing. There does seem to be thought behind their pressing. They're not just, as you said, DJ Coleon, they're not just running around. There's certain times they do run around, and there's certain times they sit back. So yeah, I think you are perhaps correct in what you say. I'd say equally from a pressing perspective, I think Liverpool are maybe still kind of finding their feet from that perspective. Obviously not to an extreme degree, because then we wouldn't be, 6 points away from winning the league. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the pressing differs and how the system differs next season when Slot gets his own players. For this season, I can't complain. Even if he only won the Carabao Cup and didn't win a Premier League, I'd be like, you know what, fair enough. What my expectations for this season were just to kind of win, or just to finish top 4. So he's gone well above that. But yeah, from a pressing perspective, sometimes the way we press does seem a bit disjointed. But as I said, it will be interesting to see next season, once he gets his players for his way of playing, whether that differs. Because I think it will. Villa bringing on some more subs now. So Matsson's coming on. Ollie Watkins is coming on. Rashford's coming off. I don't know if that's the right decision because he has really turned it on in the past few minutes. Luca Dean's coming off as well. I'm not convinced those are the right substitutions. But time will tell. Maxwell says, this is an incredible game. Looked done and dusted at 2-0. It did. That time period where it was 2-0 seemed to kind of last forever. PSG kind of looked comfortable, but fair play to Villa kind of coming back into this. Ruiz not going down without a fight. Passes it to Dembele. Dembele up against Konsa. Nice touch. Ooh. Dembele cut inside to his left Konsa for dead, and then shot with his left, but shot it right. That came across very British there. Shot it right at Martinez. Corner. Martinez is having a decent game, I think. Kvaratskhelia has been quite quiet. Kvaratskhelia on the ball to Hakimi. Hakimi with a terrible pass goes out for throw-in. Throw-in by Matty Cash. Is his name actually Matty or is it like Matthew? I wonder. But anyway, back to Pacho, to Nuno Mendes. Kvaratskhelia. Vitinha. To Ruiz. Plays it back to Pacho, back to Marquinhos, back to Donnarumma. Ooh, PSG countering now. It's Dembele up against Konsa. He's gotten the better of Konsa a few times, gets the better of Konsa again, but then his shot is a bit too high, and his shot exits the stadium on trajectory for the moon. Unfortunate. Dembele's done that quite a lot. He perhaps needs to try keeping a few shots low and see if he has more success. Short goal kick straight to Konsa. Konsa plays it to... what's that bloke's name? Kamara. Throw in. Kamara. Konsa. Tielemans a lot deeper now. Perhaps trying to get the ball. Booted up though to Asensio. Let's see if he can do something better this time. Cuts it back to Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers cuts on his left hand side. Nice shot. Just goes over. Villa have lost a bit of a bite that they had earlier in the game. I think Asensio is going to rue the chance from 5 minutes ago if they don't get through. Goal kick now for Donnarumma. Ooh. Do, 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 do. Asensio gets the ball back. Foul on Kvaratskhelia. PSG still had 62% possession. So they are still dominating possession away from home. Things are inevitably a bit nervy though when you're only 1 goal up, so let's see if they do something with that possession or not. Asensio, ooh, intercepted again by the star of the show, Nuno Mendes. Just doesn't let anything through. Goes to Kvaratskhelia though here in a nice position. Kvaratskhelia running at the defence. Plays it to Doué. Unlucky. Oh, foul on Doué. Foul by Tielemans. I'm not convinced that was a foul, to be honest. Doué's on the floor, but there's nothing in that. There's nothing in that. So free kick to PSG, quite a dangerous position, pretty much edge of the box right now. Yeah, I'm not convinced. They're just showing the replay of that. Hakimi taking this free kick now. Well, it looked like Hakimi, but it was Dembele, and Dembele smacked it into the wall. Usman has not been having the best game. Cat_meow_meow7 says Dembele left his finishing boots in Paris. He did. But perhaps he left them on the plane, or perhaps he left them at the airport, or perhaps they lost his luggage, or perhaps he left them at the hotel. But I think the point remains he has left them somewhere that is not the pitch. Doué bought his boots with him. Nice pass through to Hakimi. Hakimi chooses to shoot, but Martinez saves it. Doué. Ball goes to Kvaratskhelia on the edge of the box. He volleys it. But he also hits the space station with that. Far too high. Kamara tried a through ball but was intercepted. I think Ollie Watkins though Sorry, that's Morgan Rogers. They got similar hair, so it's pretty hard to tell. Emery kind of complaining on the touchline. Swiss Marco says momentum and energy has gone, I think. Yeah, it looks like it. They did have that kind of period, like immediately after they scored, where they got a bit more momentum and then they scored another, and then they got a bit more momentum and then they scored another, and then they got a bit more momentum, and Asensio had that chance. And I think a combination of Asensio failing to score and that combined with this camera's like moving back and forth when I move my hands. That's a bit weird. So I think Asensio kind of failing to score and Rashford getting taken off has kind of killed the momentum, unfortunately. So we're 85 minutes now. They perhaps haven't got quite enough time. I think PSG will perhaps see this through. Pixelated Suit says, by the way, what should we call you besides football live streams? That's a good point. My real name's Umar, Umar. I can type that for you. That's my real name. But I don't know if football live streams has like a better ring to it. I don't know. Pixelated Suit says, I think it's just the team just isn't used to being scored on, so their reaction was so poor. That's a good point, actually. I didn't think of that. PSG are kind of used to being the kind of dominant team, especially in their league, where kind of they're the big dog. If you know what I mean. So they're not used to being in that type of situation, so they had to kind of adapt at the time. I didn't think of that, but I think you bang on. With that, 100% accurate. Yeah, that's me. Pixelated Suit says, nice to meet you, Umar. I'm Jeff. Oh, Pixelated Suits. Nice. Jeff. Nice to meet you too, Jeff. Ooh, Hakimi getting through here. If that was earlier in the match, he would have continued running, but I think he was out of energy and kind of cut back. That's a good point as well. Taking McGinn off was a mistake. Yeah, especially I think it was 5 minutes after he scored as well, so he had that. He had that boost. He had that boost from scoring, that added motivation to get another. And then they took him off. Yeah. He doesn't look like a footballer, but he is a footballer. Yeah. Here's somebody who does look like a footballer coming on. Ross Barkley. He's coming on for number 8. Who is also... Tielemans. Probably a good substitution, I think, at this point. Tielemans has faded a bit. Barkley's the type of player, kind of physically very good. Can make a difference. I think he has done that for Everton back in the day. He'd come on late, make a difference. So yeah, this is a positive substitution. Jeff says, I got that from my mate who's a Villa fan. He is bang on with that, to be fair. Yeah, like I was saying, I've always wondered, like, what is it about McGinn that just seems a bit odd? And that's what it is. He just doesn't look like a football player. I guess a lot of good players have not looked like football players. Like Andres Iniesta, like if you saw him on the street, you wouldn't think he was a football player. So I guess he's got that going for him. Here's someone who does look like a football player. Ousmane Dembele back to Vitinha. Kvaratskhelia. Ooh, nice little curl shot, but just goes wide. Suarez too, as in Luis Suarez. Um, yeah, I guess too. I guess yeah. If you saw him on the street, I think we're influenced by the fact that mentally we only know of them as footballers. But yeah, if you saw Suarez on the street, you perhaps wouldn't think he was a footballer. Um, I'm just trying to go through the list. I think who else is quite unimposing. Probably like Michael Owen. Probably doesn't look like a footballer. Yeah, there's probably quite a few. Yeah, that's the best one. I think that's the best one. Uh, Messi before the tattoos. Yeah, Messi doesn't look like a footballer. Yeah, just looks like a random bloke. Yeah, I guess we can't say that about Ronaldo. Ronaldo looks like the stereotypical footballer, slick back hair and the kind of earring, and it's just a throw into PSG. Nothing much. And even with the tattoos, yeah, I guess I guess the tattoos help to a certain degree. But if you were from a country that didn't follow football, yeah, you perhaps wouldn't think that's a footballer. If you, I don't know what countries don't follow football. There must be some countries somewhere. Um, every country I'm thinking of, Iceland. I don't think football's too big in Iceland. Even though Iceland beat not Liverpool. Even though Iceland beat England and knocked England out the Euros a few years ago. But yeah, if Messi was walking around in Iceland, they probably wouldn't think he was a football player. 2 minutes left of this now. I think Villa have unfortunately lost their opportunity. Really good fight back, but I think as Jeff was saying, when McGinn went off, they lost a lot of their kind of pizzazz, lost a lot of their kind of, lost the motivation, a lot of energy that they had. And I think similarly with Rashford. Rashford was terrible first half, but second half he was amazing. Um, and then he got taken off, and since those players have gone off, not much has happened, to be honest. So it's unfortunate, but I'm sure it's a learning experience for everyone. That's what my teacher used to say. Yeah, just a minute left now. I mean, I guess if Villa get a goal, it'd be 5-5, but. And they're through here, Matty Cash. Matty Cash with a cross. Volleyed! Oh my god, that almost went in. I think it was cleared off the line by Nuno Mendes. There's me wrapping up the game, saying it's probably done with, but. So that was Pacho, sorry. But that was going in. That was going in by what's his name? Emery's on the floor. Unlucky. PSG fans celebrating. Villa fans complaining. Donnarumma takes his time with the free kick. Full time. Oh, that was a nervy game. Brianna says, unlucky Villa. Gave it a right goal. Fair play. Should be proud. Yeah. I was expecting, and I think many of us earlier were expecting PSG to completely dominate this game, but Villa did win this game. They did win this game 3-2. Even after they went down, even after the early kind of PSG goals, they showed a lot of fight. So we got Prince William in the crowd there, kind of clapping. I still don't know why Prince William supports Villa, but that is what it is. But yeah, showed a lot of heart, showed a lot of desire. Unlucky, I think. Yeah, if they didn't have the poor first half, yeah, very poor in the first half. Got back into it, and then got slightly more into it, and then got slightly even more into it. But then they made those subs, and uh, that took the what's the word? Motivation. Took the energy away. Took the momentum away. That's the word I wanted to say. Kind of took the momentum away, and then that was it really. But yeah, good game. Good game. I'll be back. Be back tomorrow for the Real Madrid Arsenal game. Fully hate along. Kind of hate both teams. Um, still probably want Real Madrid to go through because I'm surrounded by less Real Madrid fans than I am Arsenal fans. But yeah, really entertaining game today. Didn't really expect that. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for keeping me company. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, see you tomorrow, kind of similar time. Cool.